This is the 2006 season preview. Coach Paul Wilson and the Elon Phoenix getting ready here for the 2006 season. The team has been working extremely hard in the off season, very inspired, trying to put together something here in 2006 and trying to make a name for the Phoenix as a basketball program. Elon has had very little success in their history at any level. And here now, as the 2006 season comes, it will be just the 7th season for Elon as a D1 program. So a young D1 program, never had a winning season at the D1 level. And last season, 2005 season, was the worst overall season for Elon. So entering this 2006 season, there are very little expectations, according to the experts, for this Phoenix basketball team. But we've been working really hard all off season. Been very inspired to try to make a name for ourselves here at the D1 level and try to make a name for ourselves as a program overall. Gonna give it everything we got. Very pumped up to get this all going. Cannot wait to get it all started. Let's do it. Let's meet the 2006 Elon Phoenix. So we have senior power forward number 41, Terrence Claxton. Senior shooting guard number 13, Ralph Buescher. Junior point guard number 10, Chase Carpenter. Sophomore shooting guard number 12, Hector Biles. Senior small forward number 31, Adrian Okoye. Junior power forward number 32, Lenny Sinclair. Junior power forward number 54, Julius Dansby. Sophomore power forward number 21, Rashad Strawberry. Senior center number 44, Alfonso Reynolds. Freshman power forward number 43, Wilson Dunlap. Freshman small forward number 14, LaMarcus Thompson. Junior shooting guard number 15, Stephen Minter. And freshman center number 50, Kevin Slocum. That is your 2006 Elon Phoenix. Let's go. Hopefully that is the squad that can turn things around for this basketball program and make a name for the Elon Phoenix here. Let's go. Here will be the schedule. 2006 Elon Phoenix. We will be starting off this 2006 season on the road, taking on Georgia Tech. Then we will be at home, first home game, taking on UNC Wilmington. Another home game against IUPUI. We'll be on the road against VCU. On the road against NC State. We'll be at home against High Point. On the road against Butler. On the road against Buffalo. And on the road against Clemson for our last non-conference game. Then we will begin play at the Southern Conference. We'll begin conference play on the road against Wofford. Then we'll be at home against Appalachian State. We'll be on the road against Chattanooga. Chattanooga, the defending Southern Conference tournament champions. We'll be at home then against UNC Greensboro. At home against Western Carolina. At home against Furman. Then we'll be on the road against Davidson. Davidson is last season's regular season Southern Conference champs. We'll be on the road against Georgia Southern. We'll be at home against the Citadel. At home against College of Charleston. On the road against Appalachian State. At home against Chattanooga. On the road against Western Carolina. And then we will finish off the 2006 season on the road against UNC Greensboro. That is the schedule coming up here for the Elon Phoenix 2006 season. Cannot wait to get it going. Hopefully we can make this a special year here for the Elon Phoenix. Hopefully we can really turn over a new leaf and really bounce back. from the 2005 season, the worst season for Elon as a D1 program. Hopefully we can make a name for ourselves here at the D1 level. So pumped up to get this going. Let's watch the 2K Sports season preview show.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our preview of the upcoming NCAA basketball season. What a year we expect it to be. We're pleased to have you along for the ride. I'm Greg Gumbel. With me is Clark Kellogg. We're ready to give you a look at all the top teams and players in college hoops this season. So let's dive right into it and unveil the top teams in the preseason top 25 poll. Here you have it, the top 5 teams in college basketball heading into the season. The Connecticut Huskies are the number 1 team in the land. The Duke Blue Devils have staked a claim to the number 2 spot. The Texas Longhorns are just behind them at number 3. The Arizona Wildcats come in as the number 4 team. The Oklahoma Sooners round out the top 5 heading into the season. So there you have it. What's your take on the group?
There's an awful lot to like about those teams. They can beat you with fast break offense, hard-nosed defense, or anything in between. It's going to take something special to knock those teams off of the top of the ladder.
The Connecticut Huskies are the early favorites from their perch on top of the poll. They posted 23 wins last season.
There weren't a lot of teams that got that many wins. The goal this year is to do it again, and I think they've got the horses to pull it off.
The Duke Blue Devils are an interesting team in the number 2 spot. They got a small taste of tournament success last season when they reached the Sweet 16.
Now they need to establish that same pattern of success in the regular season so they can carry the momentum into the postseason.
The Texas Longhorns stand out as the number 3 team in the preseason poll. This is a powerful team playing in a powerful conference.
They're rightfully considered one of the best teams in the country. I'd look out for these guys down the stretch. They should be very good.
The Arizona Wildcats are near the top, ranked 4th as we start the season. They're coming off a regular season championship in their conference last season.
They have to be considered in the running to take that title this year as well. You've got to put them in the mix.
The Oklahoma Sooners are in good position as the 5th-ranked team in the nation. They were 2nd place in their conference last year at the end of the regular season.
They're obviously going to want to go one better than that this time around, and I think they have the ability to do so.
Now let's have a look at the next group of teams in our top 25. What do you think of that group, Clark?
Those are some outstanding teams, Greg. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this group because the ceiling is so high for a lot of these teams. They might be on their way up very quickly.
The Villanova Wildcats are a very intriguing team, it would seem. You're going to have to look very hard to find ways to beat this team this season.
Whatever you want to do against them, they have an answer. They'll be ready for it. They can play the half-court game. They can get out and run. You name it, they can do it.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs also strike me as a team to keep an eye on. These guys won 26 games last season.
And they're going to have a hard time matching that win total. That's an awfully tough task for any team to match, no matter how good they look on paper.
All right, Clark, thanks. Let's move to the teams that round out our preseason top 25. What can you tell us about that group as a whole?
Well, again, there are a lot of teams up there that could finish the season much higher in the poll than they're starting it. I expect plenty of movement from these teams because there's not a lot of difference between this group of teams and the teams ranked ahead of them.
The Louisville Cardinals are worthy of a closer look. This is a team that made a run all the way to the Final Four last season.
Surely they'll try to capitalize on that appearance and use the experience to win some of the big games waiting for them down the road.
The George Washington Colonials could provide us with some storyline. This team may provide us with a few surprises this season.
A lot of the fans know about the stars on this team and what they can do, but there are some other players, non-marquee players, that could be ready to have breakout seasons.
All right, let's take a look at the guys on the court and move on to the top players in the nation. There before you, our 5 preseason first-team All-American. These players are the best of the best in college basketball this season. Take us through the list, if you would, Clark.
Ngata is easily one of the best players in the college game today. He's a force to be reckoned with on the basketball court at both ends. We're just lucky to get to watch him play. He could be in for one of the biggest seasons in recent memory.
Let's move on to the next first-teamer on the list. The Arizona Wildcats struck it rich the day this guy showed up on campus. Wouldn't you say, Clark?
Frederick is another special player. There should be a season to remember for him. Just in terms of individual accomplishments, I see a lot of success for him this year. With his ability to read and exploit defenses, the sky's the limit.
Continuing through the first team, let's take a look at another fantastic player. The Boston College Eagles are going to be very happy with the production they get out of this guy this year, I have a feeling.
Alvarado begins the year on the first team, and I think we'll see him there at the end of the year as well. What a talented all-around player this guy is. Keep an eye on his stats this season.
Next on our list is a player who's sure to give the fans some thrills this year. The Oklahoma Sooners will be looking to him for inspiration and leadership.
Sanders gives him a go-to guy in more than one area. There is so much to like about him as a player. He's got that deadly combination of basketball IQ and physical skills that makes him so hard to guard. He's a solid player in every aspect.
Last but not least in our rundown of this year's preseason All-Americans is this young man. The Duke Blue Devils have got to love having him to lead them into battle.
Duquette is truly a treat to watch on the basketball court. He could star on any team in any conference in the nation. He's certainly deserving of a spot on the first team, and I just hope he gets the recognition he has coming to him this year.
Now let's reveal our second team preseason All-Americans. Not much of a fall-off from the first team, I can tell you that. Let's get right into it. The Pittsburgh Panthers have a budding star on their hands right here, not to mention his pro potential. What a future he has in store for him.
Slattery didn't miss out on the first team selection by much. You can be sure of that. Not only is he extremely talented, but they say he's one of the most coachable players in college hoops. But hey, I'd be coachable too if I were half as good a player as he is. Who wouldn't love to have this guy?
Next up, another player that'll have the pro scouts drooling when he gets ready to make the jump from college. The Temple Owls lean on this guy quite a bit, and he rarely lets them down.
Figueroa is a tremendously talented player. We're looking at a bona fide Player of the Year candidate, Greg. He's right where he belongs on this list of All-Americans.
Certainly our next player has earned his spot as one of the 10 best players in the country. The Gonzaga Bulldogs will look much better this season with this young man around.
Green is one of those guys who seems like he was born to play basketball. Get used to seeing this guy. He is an unbelievable player that should be in for a huge season. There are very few, if any, better players than this man right here.
When our next player hits the court, the fans are always ready to stand up and pay attention. The Louisiana Tech Bulldogs have made him one of the cornerstones of their team, and for good reason.
Starkey is no surprise as a member of the All-American team. He's a wonderful player who does so many things well. He would be a leader on any team in the country.
Let's move on to the last player on our list of the second team All-American. The Nevada Wolfpack have a few fans who are interested in watching his exploits this season.
Chalez is the final player on the list, but he's just as strong as our other four picks. I know how hard he's worked to reach this level, and he'll continue to work hard throughout the season.
That'll do it for us here in the studio. What a season of college basketball we should have in store for us. Now it's time to get you out to the hardwood and start the action.
There you have it. Time to begin the new season here for the Elon Phoenix. Gonna give it everything we got here in 2006. Trying to make a name for ourselves. Let's do it. Let's go Phoenix.